Why are you carrying those signs?
I want the disbarment of 3 lawyers,
Yes.
Emile Bove, Pam Bondi, and Edward Martin.
Why?
They were violating our First Amendment rights. And Pam Bondi and Emile Bove violated our Fourth Amendment rights as well with the Treasury breach. And the First Amendment rights were violated when the Associated Press got their clearance taken away from them for using their First Amendment and calling the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of Mexico, even though Trump passed an executive order, which wasn't approved by Congress. And yes, I also believe that the Eric Adams $80 million scandal.
Who?
Mayor Eric Adams of New York City.
So where are you from?
Richmond.
Richmond, that's still Staten Island. That means you're a Republican.
No. I'm not one of those inbred Republicans.
You're a Republican?
I voted Kamala Harris.
Okay, but let me tell you one thing. Both parties do the same thing. Both parties do the same thing like, no, I'm centrist, so both parties do the same thing. When we don't like somebody, they kick them out, they mistreat them, they jail them, and even beat them up, kill them. So
Trump deserves to go to jail.
what about the other?
Especially for the Lolita Express.
34 felonies and he didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
But what about the Democrat elected officials? Some of them.
We punished Anthony Weiner. He's on the sex offender registry now.
And Hunter Biden went through the ringer too.
Why is he in the sex offender?
How about Menendez from New Jersey?
Because he did what Donald Trump did and didn't get caught. And he got caught.
A lot of elected officials do corruption. Like the lady that just finished talking, she's heavily corrupt too.
Well, I don't think that's true.
Rashida Tlaib, she's very corrupt too.
Well, I believe that conservatives...
You should investigate her too. You investigate them, investigate her too.
No, I'm going to investigate Pam Bondi, Emile Bove, and Edward Martin for
What about
violating
Rashida
our
Tlaib?
Fourth Amendment.
Rashida Tlaib needs to be investigated.
They need to be investigated for violating the Fourth Amendment, which protects warrantless searches. The Treasury didn't have a warrant signed by a judge.
Okay.
So that violates our Fourth Amendment. No, but my family fled the program.
Carrying that flag.
Carrying this
Because Russia is an inferior nation.
in 19
This is not for me. Even if one people watch the video, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm a tiny YouTuber. So if people watch it, people need to be educated.
Understood. You have to go.
Slava Ukraine.
Slava
The reason
Ukraini.
the reason I have this is in 1994, when the Soviet Union broke up and the Ukraine had nuclear weapons that they really couldn't supervise, we made an agreement with them.
The Budapest Memorandum.
The what?
The
The Budapest Memorandum.
What does it mean?
It is security guarantees that if they gave up their nuclear weapons, that we would give them military support if they were invaded. And we failed to do that in 2014. We are weak for
Okay.
that. And we need to reinforce that and continue to fund Ukraine and maybe even put soldiers there.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Do you support Putin or you support Vladimir Zelensky? The question is for the people who want to watch the video, not for me.
Zelensky, he is the president of the Ukraine, duly elected. The only reason he's overstaying his term is because it's a wartime government. But he's got the support of 75 to 80% of his people. He is a true patriot for his country. And he was treated very shabbily when he went into the office and was sandbagged by Trump and Vance.
Okay, since we're talking about that, what do you think will be the best deal?
Well, I don't think they're going to get
You're from Ukraine, right? Ukrainian?
Ukraine, yeah.
So what is, you as a citizen from Ukraine, what is the best deal for you? Your opinion, forget about the rest of the people.
If I were a citizen of Ukraine, I'd want the war to stop. Get the invaders out of my country. Not only the current occupied territories, but Crimea, which they took 11 years ago. They need to get out of my country.
Obama didn't do shit. Obama was during the Obama, he didn't do shit.
They didn't have a war going. The invasion hadn't started under Obama. The invasion started under Biden.
No, but they
3 years
when they
ago.
no, hold on. When they took Crimea, it was under Obama.
Yes, correct. And
So why Obama didn't do something? So,
I couldn't tell you that. I wasn't following that closely.
but I'm telling you, when you gotta blame, in my opinion, it is my opinion only. Try to be on the center of the issue, so you can criticize both sides. That's what I do.
There's no
And I
center
think
of issue,
that
right?
was wrong for Obama letting Putin take Crimea.
Well, you're saying, okay, because Obama didn't do anything in Crimea, we're not going to do anything now?
No, I'm not saying that.
War going
I'm not saying that.
There's an active
You
war going
misunderstood.
on, and you've got to pick your side.
Once I go, okay,
I voted for Obama.
let me tell you something. If I go to your house, right? Your house is open, door opened, and I take something from your house, should I be arrested?
Well, it's not breaking and entering, but still robbery.
Should I be arrested? That's the question. So, what about Putin? Should he be arrested or do something to him?
War criminal. He's a
So
war
because what he
criminal,
did, he went to a country was not belong to him, take a territory that was not belong to him.
Correct.
That's my point.
And beyond that,
Uh-huh.
Putin has gone into a country and he has committed war crimes. He's
Yes, he
allowed
did,
his
yeah.
troops to rape and murder civilians.
Rape?
He's bombed hospitals. Oh yeah, Bucha. Did you see what happened when they left Bucha?
No, I don't know that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They came in there. The Ukrainians drove them out of Bucha and they found bodies burned, babies killed. That was horrible, horrible. That's when he was accused of war crimes. If Putin were to come to the United States, he'd be arrested the minute he landed at the airport. And the other thing that he's done is he's allowed hospitals, schools, and other places to be bombed. If you're in a war, you go after warriors, not civilians.
Do you agree with Trump on some issues, or do you don't agree with him 100%?
I can't think of any issues I'd support him on.
He's doing good in some issues, but totally
what?
bad in others.
What kind of issues?
I'm not gonna tell you what issues, but he's doing good in some issues, but totally bad in others.
I can't
Like
think of-
Corin
He has
Mary.
you talk about.
Cory Mary case, definitely I'm against him on that.
He doesn't have. He is for himself. Think about Trump. He's two things. I'm a psychologist, right? I have training
Okay.
in that field. I've practiced for 38 years, working with school children, disabled children. But what I don't like about Trump is two things. He is a pathological liar, and what's that? That's somebody that
He's not alone.
believes what he says, makes up stuff on the fly, and then believes it. Pathological liar. And he's a compulsive liar. He can't not lie. And people believe it. I think he's credited with like 35,000 lies. And it's kind of like, how do you believe anything he said? Back when he was running and he said, oh, I have nothing to do with Project 2025.
Yes, he did. You're right about that.
To do with it. Yes, he does. Vance, his vice president, wrote the introduction for it. And he's got people that he's hired now in his office, 11 of them, that wrote Project 2025, and they're implementing it. The other reason they don't like him, he's lazy. He goes out and plays golf, eats his hamburgers, or hamburgers as he calls them, and he's got somebody else in there doing his work for him. And who's that? Elon Musk. Not elected. He's got his little 18 and 20-year-old tech softies that are destroying this country. I'm all for waste, fraud, and abuse. I don't believe in paying $1,000 for a hammer. Find who's doing that, arrest them, and take their license away from
You
them.
know what? Let me stop you for a minute. You're talking common sense. I like it. I like your views because you're talking common sense.
But answer me this, you can answer it or not. How does firing the hard-working people of this country,
That makes
the young
sense.
people, the people that have the motivation to work for the government and rather than going to the private sector, working with them and firing them left and right, they have no jobs, they have no homes, they've got kids in school. That's
I know somebody. It's being devastated. Obviously, I don't agree with him on that. But I agree with you, with him and you saying that you committed fraud. Investigate, put his ass in jail, or fire the person. Not blame the entire people who work, hardworking people. You know, there was a lady on, I think it was in Telemundo, that this lady just purchased her home through a mortgage, and how's she gonna pay for it? That's unacceptable. That's ridiculous.
Well, see, what'll happen is they'll go into foreclosure, and some rich billionaire will buy it up and rent it to people for $4,000 a month.
Billionaires are destroying communities. They really are. The entire neighborhoods.
Families, communities.
You know, I don't know where you live, but in New York City, one apartment for low-income people, not for rich, $3,000.
Oh,
One tiny apartment, not a big apartment.
no, I
Where
live
do you
in
live?
West Virginia.
How much is one apartment there? I bet you about the same price.
Probably. Well, I know a guy that rents trailers, and they're $600 and $700 a month.
A trailer.
Trailer, yeah.
Well-
Single wide, not even double wide.
But you mean like you rented the trailer or rented the space to like?
Well, if you
To
buy
park.
a trailer and you own or if you own the trailer, you pay $200 a month for the space. And if you rent one of his trailers for the space and the trailer, $700.
Oh, so the spaces belong to the person.
They own the whole park. They provide water and electricity and all that, and then you pay the electric bill, and then you rent the space and they rent the trailer. Unless you own it, then you just pay the rent on the space. But people own trailer parks.
Oh, okay.
Probably the least cost-effective way of living the roof over your head.
Okay. Thank you. Nice conversation. I don't want to tell you, but we got to do something with Ukraine because we cannot let this idiot win.
Well, the
How do you think is the deal with Zelensky and the look who's coming?
Saudis?
No. Zelensky and Europeans. You know my accent.
Oh, the European Union, yeah.
Who's coming? Look.
Somebody big.
No. Somebody's coming.
Enjoy it.
This guy. You should get up and see him. Come say hello to him. You need help?
No, I get it.
Hello.
Maybe on the way back.
Better get me.
I better. Wait, what's wrong? I told Darren I would let him know when.
Gotta get this guy.
I was like, I didn't know that because
Okay.
I know.
Continue your tour. Continue that tour. Oligarchy gotta go down.
Say no to Sharia law. Say no to Sharia law. Follow him because they don't want to take a. We say no to Sharia law. No to Sharia law. Hell no to Sharia law. We want freedom, no Sharia law. We want freedom, no Sharia law. We want freedom, no Sharia law.
Where are you from?